Channel 4 investigates this tense city on the west side. We've learned a sex offender just released from prison is living there, and he's not the only one. He went from a prison cell to freedom, but without a roof over his head, and he will lie down tonight to sleep on dirt.
And the Channel 4 investigators have found out other sex offenders are in tents too. Their tent city is located along West Beaver Street near the courts, a village where still other sex offenders live. But those who can't afford the village are winding up as campers. Channel 4 investigator Haley Winslow joins us live from this Westside tent city, and she's talked with a just-released former inmate. Haley.
Mary, that inmate says he was better off behind bars because at least he had a roof over his head. These are the living quarters, tents, dirt. One man was living in a cardboard box until it got so wet from the rain they had to throw it out. And then across the street is the courts. It's a village that's been here about 50 years, and the business owners used to just rent it out to families. But about 3 years ago, they started renting it out to sex offenders to give them a place to stay away from schools, churches, daycares. But the problem is it's full, so many of them are forced to live here. Jovic Franklin was just released from prison Tuesday for violating his probation. He was originally arrested in 1991 for rape. He's wearing an ankle monitor, and his arms are covered in bug bites because he's been living here, in the dirt, not even in a tent.
My back is killing me. I don't sleep because I sit up. I don't want nobody to walk up on me.
Franklin says his probation officer directed him here.
I say, well, I see a little place across the street from this village you're talking about that has some tents outside. You're not talking about that? And she said, yes. I say, well, you can't be serious.
The village across the street is called the Courts, that houses sex offenders, charging them $110 a week. But it's full, and many don't have jobs, so they live in tents in the woods off Beaver Street. This is only a few of many tents.
People put their dogs in the bed, and those are not dogs, those are human beings.
It's putting me in the same situation that I've been in before, and the triggers are coming back, you know, and it's kind of hard.
I spoke to the Court's property owner.
But they're able to just live in a tent in the woods.
Yeah, as long as they're not near daycares, schools, school bus stops.
Sex offenders have to be 1,000 feet away. Predators 2,500 feet from schools, bus stops, and daycares, which is why many of them live here. The manager, who didn't want to be identified, says many wear monitoring devices and are constantly checked on.
They keep on them, make sure they are where their address is registered at, and
Even if it's a tent in the woods.
Even if it's a tent, yes, ma'am. They will check on them religiously.
So he was better off in prison.
Yes, he was, because at least he was getting a warm meal, a decent place to stay. He had to come home to take a bath and then go back. And he was so dirty when he came there.
The Department of Corrections has confirmed 13 recently released inmates live at this address, but we are seeing a whole lot more. Reporting live, Haley Winslow, Channel 4, the local station.
Haley, what do neighbors think about the recently released prisoners living there in the woods, probably right behind them?
Well, Mary, most of the people I talked to were business owners, and they actually didn't seem to mind that much. They said, if anything, it brings a lot more security to the area because police are constantly patrolling it. One man I talked to even left a sleeping bag under his awning in the winter for these inmates. Mary?
Haley Winslow reporting to us live. Thank you, Haley.